afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are fired up on a Wednesday. I am your host of the show, Rich Maliki, and
Is it?
oh wait, I don't know if it was. I think I pushed it up just now.
Right? Yeah. Did you? Yes.
Son of a.
There you go. It's on.
You're okay. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Fired Up on a Wednesday. Rich Maliki here. It is Hump Day. Taz Sutherland in the building, and we just got back from a little road trip down the Jersey Shore, and all of a sudden, it looks like it's going to rain in a little bit.
Uh-oh.
But welcome. Fired up. What are you fired up about? That's the question. Let us know in the comments. Any questions, concerns, suggestions, anything you'd like to throw in the comments, we're happy to hear them. And so, yeah, driving down the Jersey Shore today. Thankfully, no traffic, really. We hit a little patch.
A little bit.
Nothing crazy.
Some rubbernecking.
There was a little fender bender, nothing crazy. But, yeah, it slowed us down a little bit. And we ended up at where we're going.
As one would when you're driving in a car.
As one would. We made it to our point of arrival, and we enjoyed ourselves. So what we were doing, without giving away too much, we're gonna have a little vlog coming for you for sure. But we're also doing a little series with a rep group in the industry, and we're gonna be putting together an interesting piece on installation, site surveys, and the whole process, and how it's important to have a certified installer do the work, because there's a lot that goes into it. That if this equipment just showed up, kudos to the plumbers and electricians and the GCEs doing their thing, your jobs. But this is a little specialized, and there needs to be certified technicians that have been trained to do these things, and that's where companies like ours come in. And we're gonna try and learn the industry. We're gonna learn you. You gonna learn today. Well, not today, but when we release it, you gonna learn. So it's going to be pretty good. I think we're going to see everything from the inception of the call. We're going to see some of the process that the rep goes through to kind of get that equipment into market. There's a process. None of this stuff just happens. So it's important to break down these misperceptions. There's so many misperceptions in this industry from all sides. I mean, we're sitting here in our building doing our service thing, and a lot of people outside of that don't really have a clue what it takes and what goes into the formula here every day to get things done. And sometimes getting a text or another call is like literally moving a mountain, especially when you're in the middle of a summer that exploded the world. People are buying new equipment. There's dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of installs. People are repairing their equipment. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of service calls, and you knock down 50 and you get 50 more in. You knock down 70 and 62 more come in. It's just, it's very challenging. And these are all we say all the time, these are good problems to have. And I know that, and they are, and I'm excited that the world is open. I'm excited to be on the road.
Yep.
That was a whole mouthful of things I just said. If you're still with me after that, thank you. And for those just joining, welcome. Are you watching this on the replay? Thank you. So
I'm going to say, Jesus had asked me about it. I know that process very well.
Well, from the site surveys and all that stuff. I mean, today, we talked about some interesting things today. That's one of the things we're fired up about evolving processes, right? We're in such a unique position, or a unique place in the history of the company here. With any of this in the industry is in a unique position. A lot of changes that have happened over the last 36 months that have really impacted the way we do business. Outside of just the pandemic alone, there's other things at play. And, Ghost Kitchens didn't just appear in the middle of the pandemic. They were already beginning. This ignited a fire with Ghost Kitchens, and new ways of restaurants doing business, and new needs for service in that realm. But there's just a lot of things that occurred, of course, and again, with the pandemic. But as we're evolving the process, we're adding. Why do we need to evolve the process? Because time is of the essence more than ever. It's always been important. We sell time as a service company. We sell time. So it's always been important. It's always been the top of our list. On to the next, on to the next, on to the next. And, when you have 8, 9 guys, things are a little different. Now you got 12, dynamic starts to change. Now you got 16, 17, things are really starting to change. We're looking at dispatch. What do we need to do to change the process for dispatching? What do we need to do to change process for customer service reps? But what really is the fired up topic today is what we saw today in the field. And this is where the rubber meets the road, right? So all the stuff that we do here in the office is all super duper important, Lisa. But the rubber meets the road when you get to that job site. All the things that we have done leading to the point where the tech gets the call. Now it's on the tech. And we get to a site for a site survey, and we're looking at the tablet, and all of our technicians have tablets. We're working on, software. And so listen, we get in. He's showing me some of the processes that he has to go through to get things done on a site survey, which we don't want to spend a lot of time in. We want to get there, assess the situation, and get on down the road to the next thing. And so we get there. We see the site. I've seen much worse sites. This site is in pretty damn good shape where we were. And they're going to be getting ready to get some Cleveland Convotherms in there, some C4s, some beautiful pieces. So we are looking at the situation. Dave's like, listen, now we did all we had to do. Come over here, Rich. Take the tablet. Enter this. Show me how you're going to do it. So I start going into it, and I was a little rusty. It's been a while since I did it. So I'm going through. I go to the register. I'm trying to put the labor hours in. I'm trying to put the stuff. We can't get to the next step without equipment being entered. So now Dave's like, listen, now I got to stop. I got to come out of here because there was no equipment entered. I got to go back, and I got to enter equipment. Then I got to – all this stuff takes time. In and out, back and forth, up and down. Oh, my God, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Do that 5 times a day. And that's just one little instance. And I'm saying, well, how do we fix this? This seems to be a simple fix. I'm like, so Dave, so what you're saying is we're not putting the model or the serial in and entering the equipment before we go do a site survey. And reason for that being really is the equipment hasn't shipped. We're just going to do a site survey. So probably up in the office, we're saying, well, we don't need to worry about that. Once we get the unit shipped and it's here, that's when we enter the information, which is kind of typical, I think. But going forward now, we're going to have a quick conversation. And this is a quick 2-second conversation and an email follow-up in writing to make sure everybody knows. No matter what, we got to get that equipment attached to that work order. Every single time. It's slowing these guys down tremendously. If they could just click, we're done. But now it's click. Oh, I got to stop. I got to go back out. It requires you to go back out and start from scratch. It's laborious. So evolving processes. This is about not just customer experience, but employee experience. My father always said, your best customer are your employees. Listen to them. Take care of them. Give them what they need to succeed. That's the job right now. I'm not in the service seat anymore. I'm not running the service board every day. My job right now is to put the processes and the systems in place so these people can run and gun, work smarter and harder, and work with a little bit more ease. If we don't have to do certain things, why are we doing them? The process and the systems are broken down a little bit. So I'm super fired up just for this little tidbit of information, seeing some things on site. And that's one of the things I think is so important for anybody sitting in an office that has never been out on the road. And we've talked about this here over and over again. It's just, it gets so busy. We have to stop saying that. And I have to stop saying that. We got to get some of these ladies up here that are running the show out on the road with these technicians for a day. Go spend a day. Go see what these guys are going through on a daily basis. Go see how the customers are in face-to-face where the rubber meets the road. Go see it. Go the beast of burden out there on the highway. Go see it. It's the game changer. And I know that was something that we need to do here. And I'm excited just to get back out on the road. It's always a beautiful reminder to see the men in action that are performing these jobs and these tasks that are from an office seem mundane and simple. It's easy to say it.
And honestly, I think we will shed some light on this topic and conversation when our Through Their Eyes series goes public.
Yes.
Yep, that we're working on.
Yeah, so Through Their Eyes series. Matter of fact, can I make an announcement?
Of course.
Okay. So matter of fact, I have to right after this live. UPS will be picking up very soon, so I'm gonna go right around 4:00. So I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna package up our Through Their Eyes video kit. Mm-hmm. Cameras and GoPros and mics, everything you could think of that is going to be needed.
No, there's no mics.
There's no mics. We don't know mics. So it's a package. And what this is going to do is allow the technician to strap up the GoPro, strap up and get ready for the camera so he can take us through his day. And we're sending the first packet out to Jesus, correct?
Yes.
He
knows it's coming.
Jesus Feliciano, my man Jesus, brother, we're sending you down a package. I didn't get it out yesterday. It's my fault. I'm going to get it out today. And so be on the lookout. UPS coming to you. And then we'll, we could always jump on a Zoom, by the way, prior to you starting for any questions you might have. You'll get there's going to be a sheet in there and it's going to explain things, but there's going to be questions. And Lisa will be available, I guess, for anything that technical that might happen when you're trying to start these things up. But we're really excited to see a day in the life through their eyes, through Jesus's eyes. And we're going to be doing this across the country and across. We're going to bring you into the UK.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
We're working on something. We're going across the pond to our neighbors across the pond, and we're gonna see how those. And by the way, interestingly enough, over there, technicians are referred to as engineers.
Which is beautiful.
Isn't that cool?
So I'm just going to bring in these comments really quick before we move on here. Josh Zolan, dude, in his voice. This is a constant struggle. A million little things. Change one thing, it affects another. Different perspectives require different procedures. It's endless.
My man, I'm telling you, it's a roller coaster. There are peaks and valleys, and I'm trying to we talk about this, but I think that's what's good. We're actually talking. We're not just talking about it behind closed doors. We've talked about it on the Fired Ups recently. I've been reposting some of those clips on the 60-second clips that we've been doing. And Josh has been. Those are Josh's little gems from him that I've been posting. Things are constantly changing, and there's so many personalities and egos and different things involved. And there's these systems and procedures, and it's like, why are you doing this? And you just did it this way, and now you're doing it this way. We're just continually trying to improve, right? And sometimes we put forth our these things at hand, and then we realize this wasn't the best plan of action, and we say, you know what, reel it back in, change it. Now we're going to do it this way, and some people are going to get on board with that, and some people don't like this, and some people. So it's really, really crazy. But you have to keep evolving the procedures and the systems as you grow. I mean, what you did 10 years ago would never work now. I mean, imagine we had the same thing going on that when, let's say not 10 years ago, but in 2009, we were still on paper.
Okay.
Not until like 2010. I think 2011-ish, we finally got off paper. But can you imagine running 17 technicians doing all these things on paper?
Well, how did you guys do site surveys back then?
At all? No, I mean we did them. But I will tell you this: we was much more nonchalant. It was a different marketplace. So we would just roll. Sometimes we would just. My father would be like, "Yeah, what do you got? Yeah, okay, 1,500." And then the other guy would go, "Okay, no problem." Things were a little bit different back then. Everything needs to be quoted and in writing and to a T now. Like if my father quoted somebody in 2008 and they were like 1,500, and we got there, and then it was $2,100 bill. They just paid it. They were like, "Okay, yeah, no problem." Like if we went over, you do that today, it's like, no. You told me 1,500, so you're gonna get 1,500.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I know that, but in the quote it says, if unforeseen issues arise, no. You tell me 1,500. Now I'm not gonna say that everybody's like that, but you do run into a lot of that. So everything's just the market has changed. It's evolved, and so we must every single day. It's tough. It's freaking hard, man. What did Jeff say?
Jeff, my dude Jeff, he says collaborating with your team to streamline operations is key to successful growth.
Yeah, it's crucial, man. And that's kind of my job at this point. And I'm trying to be effective as effective as possible. Right now, I want to bring guys in for one-on-ones, and I've done a couple. But we're so busy, I can't take them off the road because honestly, I drive them in. You drive them in and we do the whole spiel. It's 2 hours. It's going to be easy 2 hours because he might be somewhere and it's going to take him 40 minutes to get here. Then we're going to powwow out for 40 minutes. It's 3 hours practically. Then he's got to go to another call by the time so we're losing 3 hours a day. Let me tell you, that 3 hours is priceless right now. It's really priceless right now. Lori, our team member, Lori here, our sales amazing sales key account manager is calling me. I wonder what she wants.
Ooh. Well, when Lori calls, usually it is good news.
Lori's a beast in the streets. She is. I love her. So yeah, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it is an ever evolving industry. Our companies are evolving, and as you add one team member to 2 to 6, the dynamic changes, and we have to start paying attention to things we might not have ever even thought of paying attention to. But I think a beautiful thing is, and I haven't promoted this in a little bit today, so you should go to the Food Equipment Digital Disruptor Group. If you're just joining us, if you're watching a replay, if you're not there, you should go to the Food Equipment Digital Disruptor Group on Facebook. Industry leaders are there sharing things every day. You have a question, you ask the Fed Group.
Yeah,
we're like the 8 ball of the industry.
Really?
You got a question, you ask the Fed Group. Because when you got
a new T-shirt, an 8 ball.
Someone's gonna steal this.
An 8 ball with the
we said it first. Remember that.
I like that. And then it's gonna say the Fed Group in the little triangle.
Should I join the Fed Group? All signs point to yes.
Yes.
It'll never say check back later.
I like that.
We're always coming up with ideas on the fly here like this. Beautiful. But yeah, I mean, that actually, we really are like the industry 8 ball when you think about it, because you ask a question and you're going to get an answer. You may like it, you may not, but there's honest people. There's people that are very honest as the day is long in that group. But you know, it's a community, and we're not looking. Listen, if you are going to go, listen, this is a community. I do monitor a lot of the posts. I try not to censor anything. I might have censored 1 or 2 over the last few years, but we're not there to bash people or companies or any of that. So we try to refrain from that. We all know who we are. We all know what the industry is. We all know what's going on. Tackle the issue, and let's see if we can't find resolution in that. That's what this is about. We want to create a positive impact. I don't want to hurt anybody, and it's important for me to say that every once in a while, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else, Lisa?
I was just gonna say your biggest takeaway from today. It seems like it was, well, in my opinion, being there on seeing it through their eyes so that you can see what's up out in the field.
Yeah, it was yours actually, Taz. It was. You made a disgusting comment about coffee jellies that we just weren't going to stand for. But
Taz's serious comment though was the only constant is change.
The only constant is change. And when you know, it seems like things aren't changing in your day to day, right? Like in your day to day, it's like, no, but then when you sit down, if you look back and look at the things and actually oh yeah, damn, it's 365 changes everything. I say that all the time. Think about where you were 365 days ago. We were in the smack dab in the middle of everything closed.
Still not knowing though, because back, I remember just still in the summer last year, it was okay, I guess by July we're gonna be open, or okay. We'll be good.
Yeah, I think we're going to open. We should be good by Labor Day.
Yeah.
No, you know what? They're going to open for the holidays.
That's what they kept being.
Yeah. Think about that. We were all just trying to figure out how to stay afloat. We were figuring out how to keep employees working, how to bring employees back if you had them furloughed. There's so many different things that we were trying to figure out, and it almost seemed like there was going to be no end in sight. But now, fast forward a year. Look at this.
2 weeks to flatten the curve.
2 weeks to flatten the curve. 398 days later. Little SpongeBob,
yes. 3
hours later. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. So think about that. Think about, my God, go back a month ago or before Memorial Day. For us in New Jersey, things were still not fully open. We were at 35%, and then we got to 50%. We're okay, this is cool. But then out of nowhere, it's explosion. Everybody's open. Everybody's running. I need this. I need that. This is out of stock. That fryer, 15 weeks. That oven, 27 weeks. That part, 47 years. I mean, yeah, it's the supply chain is slammed right now. We're all feeling it. It's very hard to get people. And I think, I know there's all this discussion about no one wants to work, but forget about that. Let's talk about the people that actually are working. They're busy. So we have to have the empathy and understand that. I know the plumbers and electricians, as much as I say, I can't believe I can't get them here. I know they're busy because I have customers that are probably saying, I can't believe Malik, you can't get here. it's really that hard. And when you get there, it's like, oh, you need this part? Yeah, but this part is back ordered until November. You got to be kidding me. Listen, I'm going to search my network. I'm going to search everybody up and down, and I'll even take it to Amazon. I'll do whatever we got to do to get you going. We'll do it. But that's just, it's unfortunate. There's things that are going to be back ordered. There's things going to be delayed. Listen, you got to stay fired up about what's good right now in your life. Stay fired up about that. What do you got that's working? Focus on that. Give your energy to that. Just you can't change that back ordered part. I can't change it. But I can stay in communication with you. I'm going to be fired up about that. I'm going to be fired up that we're adding customer service team here to stay in touch with you. I'm fired up about the communication part of that. Because that's been a very, I don't know, it's been a very tough thing for us at Malachi over the years, especially even when going back, forget about now. I just talk about like myself in the seat. I was horrible at communication. I don't know if you know that.
No.
Horrible. I was horrible. And I'm not going to make excuses for myself. I probably could have been better, but I'm running the board. I'm doing different things. There was a couple of people up there. I'm not going to name names, people up there with me, and every now and then I would say, hey, could you call them and tell them we can't make it today and schedule this tomorrow and do this stuff? But then there was 30 people I might not have called at all. And then Monday came to Wednesday, and it wasn't because I didn't want to. I was like in my head, I'm like, I got to get to it. I got to get to it. I'm doing a quote. I'm doing a bill. And then Thursday rolls around. I'm like, oh my God, I never called these people back. And it's like, so I'm fired up right now about the position that we're in here with the office and the operations. We're putting things together slowly. It's not 100% set up for success yet, but I'm working on it and fired up about that. So be fired up about those things that you can control and that you can change. You can't change the outcome of your fryers, your ovens being back ordered for the next 3 months. They get there when they get there. All you could do is, stay in communication, and same thing for us. So keep evolving your processes, keep evolving your procedures, your systems, focus on the things you can control. What else, Lisa? We're going to be working on our own show, a primetime show, right?
I guess so.
We're going to be working on that. So Thursdays at 9 p.m. this summer.
We still don't know what we're going to talk about.
We're going to have a nice little setup, and it'll be quiet and intimate, and we'll be tackling some of the issues.
Oh yeah, you did say you want give some folks your radio voice there.
Well, thank you for calling in today. We have a caller on the line, Lisa. Oh, who is it? Is it Taz? Is it Taz Sutherland? Oh, and Taz is on. He's saying, have you thought about building an install team, install focus, while service does their thing? Oh, well, Taz, thank you for your comment and suggestion. We take those all very seriously here. And
have you thought about building an install team?
So Taz, check this out, brother. I sound like a wrestler there. Let me tell you something, brother.
All right, Hulk Hogan.
All you Hulkamaniacs out there, Taz, check this out. So we were always a small business, small company, 10 guys, 11 guys, 12 guys. We were able to do what we do with the call load that we had and the installs that we had. I always had in my head, like, do we need an install team? Do we need a PM team? I didn't have a tremendous amount of PMs, and I didn't have a tremendous amount of installs. Fast forward. Here we are adding 17 technicians now. Lori has brought in more PM accounts than we've ever had, over 40. During a pandemic, by the way, Lori did that. Never seen anything like it. So now we have tons of PMs. The installation game, through the roof. Never had it like that before. We are building an install team right now. So we have 3 gentlemen that were kind of focusing on that. And unfortunately, they were in an accident. And I mentioned this last week, going to an installation. They're all okay. They're going to get rehabilitated, and they're going to get their health taken care of, so they're back strong. But those 3 guys, still an intricate piece of the puzzle here, very important guys to the flow here. So with those 3 guys, I just hired another gentleman here, which is another piece. That's 4. I have a lead tech that's going to be overseeing it. That's 5. And then I'm working on going to talk to a technical school here, where I might pull at least 1, maybe 2 more young guys that we're going to get on the ticket to be able to train PMs and installations. And those are going to be hyper focused on all that and let the techs do their thing. That's what it's all about. So yes, Taz, yes, we are in the process of putting it together. But again, this is a time thing. It's going to take time to do it, but I got time.
We got time.
I got time.
And he also mentioned that Austin wants to do the funky baseline intro, which I'm all for.
Oh wow.
I would love that.
Okay. So let's Taz, let's get Austin on a Zoom, right?
Yeah.
So we could hear some of his thoughts and ideas. I'm dead serious. I am dead serious. Austin is going to be that, and we'll give him credit.
Absolutely.
You know, in the video.
Sure.
That'll be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Austin, you're on it, man. Get ready. No pressure. It's only the biggest thing in your life here. All right, so that's that, ladies and gentlemen. Fired up on a Wednesday. It is friggin' hot. It's hot. 102 degrees on the ticker outside there.
Whew.
102. So we're gonna go stay here and keep cool and do our thing. We have some things to finish up here before the day ends. Yes. And 4th of July is rolling. I got a very interesting Friday fired up. I'm just gonna give it out. I'm not gonna talk about it, but I found an interesting note that my dad wrote me once. In a little card, these little Justin note cards that he had, and he would send those to customers. And there was a place for your card in there. And he's like, listen, kid, you got to send these Justin notes out. Let them know these customers doesn't know you're thinking about them. So he used to send them. He used to give them to me. So I found one as cleaning out my closet. So I found it. So we're going to talk about that on Friday. We're going to get fired up, and I'm probably going to cry, get a little sentimental. So grab your coffee jelly and come on back for Friday. But tomorrow's Thursday. We'll be back at it. Stay fired up. Stay cool. I'll see you mañana.